everyone, this is DM Domination from Grim Press, and today I'm going to be highlighting another Fantasy Grounds module for you. Xanathar's Lost Notes to Everything Else, which can be picked up on the DMs Guild with the link below, is a fantastic supplement to Xanathar's Guide to Everything from Wizards of the Coast. Off to the left you can see the credits. I'll do a little scroll down for the product information and some disclaimers. Let you pause and take a look as you see fit. This module was designed to be viewed from the reference manual, so that is what I will be using to do the preview today. The module comes in 3 parts: character options, dungeon master options, and an adventure known as All Eyes on Cholt. So, jumping right in, you have 25 new subclasses broken down through the standard classes, and then new backgrounds, and a new race called Feyblood. So starting off with the new archetype, some of my favorites, I particularly enjoyed the entropy domain for the clerics. And as you can see, you'll get all the information right here for the actual class as you take a look, and the actual Fantasy Grounds converted class is right here under the primary header. Down here you can get the details, and when you drag it over, it is fully coded to Wizards of the Coast standards to drop directly in your character sheet. You can have new barbarian paths, such as the Path of the Red Reaver, and the same thing applies. You have all the information that you get in the PDF, and then of course the Fantasy Grounds coded version is right here. And this goes all the way down. The new backgrounds are the exact same. You have all of the information and images here with the Fantasy Grounds coded background. The new race, Feyblood, is a very interesting race. It is akin to the elves, but still slightly different. As you take a look over, I think you'll find it very interesting, and it will be quite enjoyable to have in your campaign. You will notice as we go through, you have numerous notes here at the bottom. These are quotes from the PDF and an exchange between Xanathar himself and Aladair. And the reasoning for this exchange can be found in the introduction. I will leave that a little secret for you to pick up as you peruse this module for yourself. Some of these interactions are quite enjoyable to read as you move through. Moving on to part 2, the Dungeon Master's options breaks down into all of these sub-chapters. New critical hit effects, which comes with its own table, rollable in Fantasy Grounds, from 1 all the way down to 100. The critical failures are the exact same way. You have the ability critical failures, saving throw critical failures, and attack rolls, also coming with the same style of table, 1 all the way down to 100, so you don't get the same failure every time. The death and returning gives you some information on some different ways to add some spice to your death saving throws, and expanded injuries, lingering injuries, things of that nature. I personally am a big fan of the lingering injury, primarily as a result of a boss fight, not every fight, but these provide a lot of options. If you're running something like Out of the Abyss, the sanity and corruption tables will be very useful. Sanity checks, corruption, a nice way to add some depth to your game. And then we have the story items, suspicion and intrigue games, and some new magic items. The new magic items, like Ehrenvel, are here, and you can notice that the item has its information and the actual Fantasy Grounds item already coded in, as well as the image included. There are also some templates from Fantasy Grounds for use with the Magic Items Forge, which you can find a tutorial video on how to use on Grim Press YouTube. And there are numerous items that you can incorporate into your game without any prep work. You can just pick the one, drag it and drop it directly into your party sheet, and go straight into your game. And part 3 is an adventure, All Eyes on Cholt. I quite enjoyed looking it over, and I think I'm going to use it for just a quick one-shot for a group that is interested in trying out Fantasy Grounds. And as you move through, you'll notice that there are maps and they are fully coded for Fantasy Grounds. So when you are running your players through it, you have the parcels, you have the encounter already added. You can click here and add them directly to your combat tracker. They are already on the map for you to use as you see fit. And that is true across all the maps in this campaign and from Grimpress in general. You have the Part 2, the Adder's Nest, and as you go down you'll be able to notice there are additionally a villa map, which is coded just as well. The grid is already laid out. I'll resize that for you. So you will find this a very easy drop into your campaign. You just won't have to do any coding. That is the advantage of being able to just drag and drop and run your encounters. Everything is already prepared for you. And last but not least, we have the appendix with the new monsters, such as the Air Gen, or the Gen in general, which are essentially mini elementals is how I think of them. They are very interesting. I liked them. I think I'm going to use them a lot as minions. If you use the minions approach, they don't have a lot of hit points, but they do have 2 attacks and an interesting little attack that can be something to draw the attention of the party away from the main boss. A main boss who might be wiped out by a party, if they can focus on them, can be substantially harder and more dynamic and challenging with 20 minions floating around them. And then we have the Urban Dryad, which is a very interesting monster that I had never really thought of. A forest creature that has adapted to the urban lifestyle. So I will let you peruse that in depth. And this has been Xanathar's Lost Notes to Everything Else. And you can pick it up on DMs Guild with the link below. Thank you.